Hey, it's Joon, and thanks for joining me in today's session. We'll be doing a 3.5 hour drive to a place up north in Malaysia called Lumut, where I'll be attending a 5-day seminar. It's called Ultimate Leadership Camp, and it's going to be a long drive, so thank you for joining me in this drive. So today I'll be talking about my business and how it can actually help you achieve financial freedom. Well, a big portion of my business is selling information products. And how that works is, imagine having a website where you string a couple of paragraphs together, and at the end of the page is a checkout or add to cart button where people pay you because they like what they see. And what causes them to buy is 90% words, 10% graphics, and after they pay you, they get access to whatever product that you're offering, and you get paid while you're asleep, while you're driving, while you're out playing with your kids, spending time with your family. And that is real passive income because it doesn't require you to be physically there. You're not trading your time for money. And that is what my business revolves around. And hopefully by the end of this session, you have a clearer idea on what I do and how you can do it too. So if this is the first time you're spending time with me, my name is Peng, and the thing is, things were not always like this for me. 7 years ago, I just got back from the UK. Because of too much parties and alcohol, I nearly failed my degree. And when I came back to Malaysia, I was on a government scholarship, and the government wanted every dollar back, and it was about 200,000 ringgit, which is about 65,000 US dollars. Money which I didn't have, money which my parents didn't have. And because of that, I couldn't get a job because all employers were judging me based on the results I got from university. So I was unemployed for 3 months, and when I finally got a job, it was for 1,200 ringgit, which is about 400 US dollars. And the funny thing is, I worked on this job for about 18 months. And that was when I got desperate, Obviously this wasn't enough, and I was in a lot of debt, and I went online and I typed in on Google how to make money online, and I realized that many books, guides, they were telling me to do something I love. And I had a strength at that time, but it wasn't a very appealing one. It was playing this computer game called World of Warcraft. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the game before, but it's played by about 15 million people around the world at that time, and I was pretty decent at that game. So I wrote a about 30-page guide on how to be good at that game, and I didn't think it would sell very well, so I put it up online for just $7 US. And for many months, nothing really happened. It was up there, and nobody was coming to my site. There were a lot of things I didn't know how to do, and I tried to figure it out all on my own. And until one day, I realized, I woke up getting ready to go to work, and I saw this email from PayPal. It said notification of payment received, and wow, it was 7 in the morning, and my parents were still asleep. To me, it was just $7, but I know it's not a lot of money, but that feeling to me was magical because it made me believe that this was real. This real money made, and I was shouting, I was pumping my fists in the air, and that moment, the moment I made my first sale, that changed my life because it made me believe that this is something that's real and it's something that I can do. So after that, I scaled it up. I branched into many different games. from World of Warcraft. I made more guides in World of Warcraft. I went on to different niches from gardening, dog training, dating, forex, basically replicating the same marketing strategy. And within just a couple of months, my income from online marketing exceeded my full-time income many times over. I thanked my boss for hiring me when no one else did. And since then, I never looked back. That was about 6 years ago. And today, right now, I'm going to teach you how to do the same. And as simple as it sounds, it is really that simple. Now, the thing is this. It may be simple, but I wouldn't say it's easy. It's simple because I can sum it all up into 5 steps. It's really a 5-step system. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So step number 1. It's about identifying a profitable niche. Now, sounds simple enough, right? Well, the first thing is, when it comes to identifying your niche, you want to think about, what are you really passionate about? If money was not a problem, if you could do anything you want, what niche would it be? For me, I love playing computer games. It wasn't work to me. And that because I was passionate in that helped me through the times when it's difficult, when I was faced with technical difficulties. My passion helped me overcome those. Because whatever niche you decide to go in, if it's not a niche that you have passion in, you are going to eventually give up. So think about your niche and what is it that excites you? What is it that, if you were to do every day for the rest of your life, what would you want to do? So that's step 1. Deciding a profitable niche. One niche that you are passionate about. So after you have decided that niche, you want to confirm it by doing a search in Google. So by doing a profitable niche, you need to meet 2 criteria: the supply and the demand. The supply is basically when you go to the Google search engine and you type in that keyword. So let's say it's called World of Warcraft Gold. Okay, that's a keyword. You want to make sure that when you type in that keyword in Google, it's less than 500,000 searches. That's 500,000. What that basically means when you type that on Google is that these are the competing pages that are ranked on that particular keyword. And you want to be in a niche where there isn't too much competition. And too much, in my context, is over 500,000, over 500,000. So make sure that keyword is less than 500,000 searches. The next thing which you want to do is you want to make sure that there are actually demand and there are people searching for this keyword. So go ahead and type on Google, type in Google keyword tool, and when you're at that tool, type in that same keyword and make sure that there are more than 2,500 people searching for that keyword each month. So that's the demand. Now when you search and when that keyword meets these 2 criteria, that's what I call a sweet spot. Okay, that's a sweet spot when its supply and demand criteria are met. When those 2 are met, that basically is the end of step 1, identifying a profitable niche, where supply is less than 500,000 people, where demand is more than 2,500 searches a month. So that's step 1. Now step 2 is publishing and getting fresh content up. So the easiest way to get content up and the fastest way where you don't need programming, you don't need technical knowledge, is installing a WordPress website. Now a WordPress site is a blog, but you can make it so that it doesn't look like a blog, like a very professionally set up site. And an example of a blog would be my personal website, that's pengjoon.com. It's powered by WordPress, and website actually only cost me $19 to get set up. Okay, it's really cheap. The only thing I paid for is for a template theme. It's not even customized, and I think it looks pretty decent. Okay, so get a WordPress site set up, and it's what you see is what you get. So basically what it means is that if you know how to use like Microsoft Word, what you see is when you publish it, that's what visitors will see as well. So you don't need any technical knowledge. WordPress is open source, and what that means is it's free, and it's developed by many people around the world. It's used by millions. So it's a very powerful software. Go check it out. That's basically step 2. Now step 3 of this 5-step sequence is promoting a product. Now when your site is set up, the only way to monetize it is 2 ways. It's either you sell your own product, or you sell someone else's product for commission, and that's called affiliate marketing. So there's 2 ways to do this. Let's talk about promoting your own product first. And when you promote your own product, you need an offer page or a sales letter. Now we talked about how important copywriting is in the past. Words is probably the only thing that sells on the sales letter. Graphics, and this is the part where most people get hung up on, getting nice professional graphics. There is a ton of people out there with great professional looking sites that don't make any sales. Okay, so don't worry about graphics. Focus on the copywriting, because ultimately that is the thing that is going to sell your product. My first website it looks horrible. I am ashamed to even share the name of the website, so I'm not going to do that. But it's horrible, but it sells well because of decent copywriting. And today I want to share with you a sales letter technique which I learned from my mentor Alex Mendozian. It's called the persuasion equation. And the persuasion equation is in the 4-step format. Okay, so let's talk about the step number 1. Step number 1 is called urgent problem. Now, when a person comes to your site, you don't want to waste critical seconds by introducing your name, and that's mistake number 1 most people do. Mistake number 1, which people always make, is they say, "Hi, my name is Peng." And many people's attention span is really very short. So you don't want to waste critical seconds introducing what your name is. You want to go straight to the meat, to the urgent problem. You could say, urgent problem. "Hi, right now there is an urgent problem on the internet." You see, many people get started online with the big hopes of making it big, making big money online, and when that doesn't happen, they have hopes to make a little bit of money online. And when that doesn't happen as well, they give up. Because reality is, neither happens. They don't make any money online. So that is an urgent problem. Or if you're in a different niche, let's say World of Warcraft, there's an urgent problem right now because too many people spend too much time in World of Warcraft sacrificing their social lives so that they can be better at that game. That's an urgent problem. Now that's step 1, urgent problem. Number 2 is unique promise. So write that down. Number 2, unique promise. I have a unique promise. By having membership sites just set up easily in under 7 minutes, you could be earning passive income as early as 6 days from now. Or it could be, I have a blueprint that enables you to level up faster without sacrificing your social life in World of Warcraft. Or I have a solution that enables you to gain Farmville cash and learn the exact methods and what kind of crops to grow in Farmville so that you don't have to be setting your alarm clock in the middle of the night so that you can be harvesting your strawberries. Unique promise. That's step number 2. Now step number 3 is the most important step of the persuasion equation. And step number 3 is unquestionable proof. Now with unquestionable proof, you can sell just about anything without really revealing what the product is. That's how important testimonials are. If you've seen my sales letters, you'll notice that there's always bound to be testimonials involved. Because people want to see, because it's a lot more powerful when people see and hear it from a third party rather than from the source. If you were to hear about how good my program is from someone else instead of from myself, it's more believable, wouldn't you agree? So that's unquestionable proof. You want to make sure that your system has unquestionable proof that it works, and it should come from a third party, someone else who's not you, someone else who's tried your system before and it works, and you have raving reviews about it. And you'll notice that many sales pages on the internet today, very, very good ones, will have unquestionable proof. So that's step 3. And step 4 is a user-friendly proposition. User-friendly proposition is where you tell, now the question that's lingering on the visitor's mind now is great. So there's this urgent problem, and you have a unique promise, and there's unquestionable proof, but how do I know and how do I get assurance that it's going to work for me? Well, maybe it works for you because you're smart, maybe this person is a celebrity, so he gets to work it. How do I know it works for someone like me with families like mine? So that's where you need the user-friendly proposition. You could say, I have broken it down into 5 simple steps that will enable someone like you with families like yours to get started. It's so easy, even a 13-year-old can do it. So you need to have this user-friendly proposition. Or if it's a software, in under 13 clicks, you can get started easily. What is it about your solution that is easy for them to use? So easy that the 7-year-old could do it. Okay, so you need that user-friendly proposition. And that's really all there is to writing an effective sales letter. Just using these 4 steps. And to recap, it's urgent problem. Start off with an urgent problem. Remember, don't waste the critical opening seconds on your name. And that's what the mistakes most people do. Urgent problem. Then you introduce your name. Hi, my name is Peng, Joon, and I've been marketing online for the last 7 years. And then you go into your unique promise. What is it that you promise that other people, that's just not available anywhere else? What's the unique promise? Then the third, step number 3, the most important one of all, which is unquestionable proof. And then go on to step 4, which is user-friendly proposition. Okay, so that sums up the persuasion equation. This is when you want to write a copy to promote your own product. We're going to take a short break here because I need to drink some water. So this is going to be another, according to my GPS, it's going to be another 3 more hours before I reach a destination. So there's going to be a lot of stuff which we're going to cover today. As I mentioned before, we'll be going to a place called Lumut. It's about 3.5 hours away from where I stay. It's in the jungle, and I am attending a seminar called the Ultimate Leadership Camp. I am a seminar junkie. I believe that it's important to be continuously learning, so I attend all seminars, from personal development to internet marketing to spiritual courses, and I join seminars every month. So where were we? So to recap, there is if you want to be promoting your own product, you want your own offer page up, because 90% of a sales letter consists of, if you want a compelling sales letter, you need a very, very strong copy. So follow the persuasion equation, which I learned from my mentor, Alex Mendosian, and that's one of the quickest way to get started. The next part is, so if you don't want to be promoting your own product because you don't want to be dealing with support, product creation, and all that kind of stuff, you can promote someone else's product and for a commission, and that's called affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is when you promote someone else's product, and in turn you get paid a commission whenever you make a sale. This is one of the fastest ways to get started online, because you cut down on product creation costs. You don't need to deal with customers, you don't need a support team. You just basically send traffic to someone else's site, and if they buy, you get paid. Simple. And one of my favorite platforms that I use is called ClickBank. I've got a block those, by the way, that's why I sound a little funny. ClickBank.com is the world's largest digital marketplace. Till date, they've paid out over $2 billion in affiliate sales and commissions. And because it's all digital, most of the commission which you get will be from 50 to 75% every time you make a sale. That's a lot. So compared to digital physical businesses where the commission rate is a lot lower. If let's say you promote Amazon products, their percentage is about 3%, 3 to 6%, depending on what level you are with Amazon. And that's why I recommend ClickBank if you want to get started with affiliate marketing. Alright, so ClickBank.com, how it works is you go to their marketplace, and so go to ClickBank.com, and on the top right you'll see a navigation button called Marketplace. Go ahead and click on that, and you'll see that they have a digital marketplace where on the left hand side you'll see different niches and sub niches. So it ranges from games to e-business, health. So go ahead and click on the niche which you have decided in step 1. By now, if on this step 3, which is product promotion, you should have a website set up already with very basic content, and you want to be promoting someone else's product. So let's say if you're in health, your health is a very wide topic. It could be about building muscles, six-pack abs, burning fat, eating clean, recipes, the paleo diet. There are many sub-niches within a niche. So don't worry. One thing which the mindset to adopt is that these people that is in the same niche as you are, they are not your competitors. They are the people. It is not you against them, and that's a very big mindset which I want you to have. Very important is that you guys are working together against the market rather than against each other. So if you are in the health market and you are promoting a program that talks about six-pack abs, if someone has a fat loss program, they are not your competitors. They are the people within your niche that you want to be promoting. Excuse me. So when it comes to affiliate marketing, think of these people as people you're working with, not against. If you are in gaming, if you are in World of Warcraft, say for example, other people which are, World of Warcraft, once again, that's a very big topic. There is leveling, there's gold, there's player versus player, there is player versus environment, there is many sub-niches within a niche. And if you are concentrating in one of them, in a sub-niche, you want to be promoting all your other so-called competitors because on the back end, and they will do the same as well. So affiliate marketing, have a page up that reviews different products within your niche, and when you make a sale for them, you get paid 50 to 75%. You know, my blog over here talks a lot about affiliate marketing, so if you want to learn more, just go ahead and click on the category which says affiliate marketing. And there are a lot of other really very good courses on affiliate marketing as well. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. Okay. And that's basically affiliate marketing if you want to promote someone else's product. So before we move on to step 4, let me summarize the 3 steps which we have talked about so far. Now step 1, looks like it's starting to rain, so I'm going to be slowing down a little bit. So step 1 is finding a profitable niche. You want to find a profitable niche based on your passion, because during the tough times, you know, you want to persevere. If it's not something you're passionate in, you are going to give up. So to make sure that it's profitable, you want to make sure that supply is less than 500,000. This is based on Google search results. At the same time, demand is over 2,500 a month, and this is based on the Google keyword tool. Step 2 is publishing fresh, unique content. The best way to get started with publishing fresh, unique content is installing a WordPress blog. Just Google it up. There are tons and tons of tutorials on how to install a WordPress blog. It's very, very easy to use. You don't have to be a programmer. And step 3 is promoting a product. You can either promote your own product, which is following the persuasion model, the 4 steps we talked about just now, or you could be promoting someone else's product for a commission, and that is called affiliate marketing. So step 4 in this equation is called it's about generating traffic. Now, of course, there are many ways to generate traffic, and you want to be. So let's talk about the first way. Okay, one traffic generation strategy which I'd like to share with you is video marketing. So right now, this video, you are watching a video, and the reason why video marketing is very, very powerful, especially in YouTube, well, because number 1, since 2008, if I'm not mistaken, Google owns YouTube. So they have put a lot of weightage and importance on videos. So you might have noticed from now that recently when you key in on Google, that they actually started ranking YouTube videos. And what you want to do is you want to play on their greed. You know, they own YouTube, so they are ranking these videos. So what you want to be doing is you want to be creating videos, publish them on YouTube that's keyword rich, and Google will rank them. Especially if you're in a niche where it's very, very competitive. Now, many people are trying to compete using the traditional SEO or search engine optimization method. And it's going to be really, really tough, because these sites, they've been around for years, over 5 years, they have aged domains, and you can't compete on the same level as they do. So this is an unfair advantage over them, video marketing. What you want to be doing is you want to create short 5-minute videos, post it on YouTube that's keyword rich, have these videos linked back to your website, so that when people watch the video, they will click on the link associated with the video and they'll go back to your site. So that's really video marketing. Get it keyword rich. I'll be talking more about. I talk a lot about video marketing on my blog as well. So go ahead and go to my blog, Joon.com. So video marketing is one. If you are really shy on camera, my advice is stop being perfectionist. You know, just probably a year ago, I don't dare to appear on camera, and right now I think practice makes permanent, and it takes time. You know, just force yourself to appear in front of a camera. It doesn't matter if you look stupid. I believe in this. I believe that if you're poor and you do stupid things, people call you crazy. But if you do stupid things and you're rich, people call you eccentric. So let's be eccentric. It doesn't matter, you know. It is because of your imperfections that make you relatable to someone else. People don't experience, and this is called niche casting. Go go look it up. Gary Vaynerchuk. He's one of the biggest social media gurus, and his website is called winelibrary.tv. And all he does is every once in a while he would appear on video, and he would have a bottle of red wine with him, and he would just try out the wine and talk about that wine for an hour, and that's all he does. And I love Gary. He is authentic. He's very, very real. He curses a lot, and people love him because he is who he is. He's not trying to be professional. He's not trying to look good on camera. I'm not trying to look good on camera. When I'm driving, I can't give my full concentration, and I've got a blocked nose. So, and I think that, just last October I was giving a speech for my best friend's wedding, and I told her that it is because of, during her wedding I said that initially I had a lot of trouble deciding what to say at the speech, because she and her husband are totally different people. Her name's Cecilia, and Cecilia and her husband, they're totally different. They're very, very different personalities. Cecilia's loud, Peng's the quiet type, and I kept thinking, what is it about them that makes them perfect for each other? And then I realized, it dawned upon me that it is their imperfections that make them perfect for each other. So if it is about, trying to look good, being perfect on camera, we're never going to look perfect on camera. So stop that perfectionist mindset and just do it. Okay? Because video marketing, according to Cisco, in 2 years' time, 90% of web traffic is going to be video. And right now, this is the early adopter stage, and you want to be in this as fast as you can. Okay? So start video marketing. It's going to be a very, very powerful traffic generation method. And so if you really just can't do it, another way to create videos without appearing in them is to go to a website called Animoto. That's ANIMOTO, animoto.com, and all it does, it's like a slideshow kind of thing. I'm sure you've been to a wedding where before the bride and groom comes out, they have this video, which is a slideshow of how they met since when they were born and after they met, and that kind of slideshow made into a video. So Animoto does that. So whatever niche you're in, go ahead, go to Google Images, compile relevant photos, and convert it into a video. Okay, so convert it into a video, and same thing like what I mentioned just now. Optimize it and post it on YouTube and link it back to your site. Make it keyword rich, so that is going to get you backlinks to your site, get you ranked higher, and most of all, get you traffic. So that's video marketing. You can do it yourself, appear on camera like what I'm doing now. That's one. Another way would be doing screen captures and recording your screen. So that way is perfect for tutorials. And the tool I recommend for that is Camtasia. Camtasia is whereby it's good when you want to show what you're doing on screen on your computer, and it just records, and the visitor will see whatever that you're doing on screen, and they just need to copy whatever you're doing. So that's very good for the kind of look over my shoulder exercises. And finally, if you really don't want other people to hear your voice or how you speak. I mean, look, I'm from Malaysia. Okay, if you don't know already, I'm from Malaysia, where the average wage is $960 US dollars a month, and I speak with this weird, funny accent. And if I were to care about what other people says about my accent, I'm not going to, achieve what I've achieved today. And what my mentors told me, his name is T. Harbecker, is that the haters, they're gonna hate. I'm sure you might have heard of that phrase before. And you can't allow them to stop you from what you really want to do. And I believe everybody has a gift. You have a gift that, and you need to share that with the world. So, you know, just get on camera and just do it. Okay? So, one thing that T. Harv Eker taught me is when I went for a seminar called Train the Trainer. Before that, you know, I would be petrified if I appeared on camera, but practice makes permanent. I remember my first video I did, which is about 15 seconds long. It took me about 7 takes because I had that perfectionist mindset. I want that 15 seconds to be perfect. So I took it many times. After a while, you know, I just let it slip. It doesn't matter. And one thing which you can do is to use weakness as your strength. And what I mean that is this thing is very prominent, especially in the make money niche in Asia. Some of the few top internet marketers, I'm not going to name any names here, but they use that as their strength, and it's a very good marketing technique. English is not their first language, so their story is usually, look, English is not even my first language. I can't even speak English properly, but yet I can make millions online, and it's true. And if somebody hears and see that, they can see it's authentic. They will tell themselves, wow, if someone like him can do it, I can do it as well. So use weakness as your strength. Remember, weakness is what makes you relatable. It's what makes you real. It's what makes you human. So don't worry if you're not perfect. Okay, I think I'm digressing a little here. So where was I? I was talking about video and T. Harbecker, yes, my mentor. So without him, I would have never even thought about doing trainings, speaking on stage, because I would have been too caught up with, but how's other people going to think of me? What if I look stupid on stage? What if, you know, people don't like me? And he says this, whatever it is, whether you choose to appear on camera or not, whether you choose to teach people on stage, there will be some people who's not going to like you anyway. So you can either choose to not make money, not change lives, and have not people like you anyway, or you could be up there helping people, making money, changing lives, and have people not like you as well. So it's a choice, because either way, there will be some people, out of 1,000 people, there will probably be 5 people who will not like you. No matter how good your product is, no matter how good your service is, some people will not like you and they're going to hate anyway, and they're going to be writing bad reviews about you online. So, you know, don't let that stop you from doing whatever you want to do. Alright, so let's take a 30-second break. I'm going to have some water again. My throat is getting really dry right now. So it's currently 4:55 here in the evening in Kuala Lumpur, and my GPS says that we'll be there by 7:30. So that's another 2.5 more hours that we have together. It's 45 minutes into this video and I've been talking non-stop. Really wish I could get this block nose handle though. Okay, so that's video marketing. So once again we're at step 4, generating traffic. So generating traffic when it comes to video is very powerful. To summarize, YouTube is owned by Google. They give YouTube videos a lot of importance. It gets ranked very easily. So rather than competing in local search engine optimization methods, the fast way to gain an unfair advantage would be through posting on YouTube. It doesn't have to be long videos, 5 minutes will do. Optimize it, link it back to your site. If you're shy in camera, stop practicing perfectionism and just do it. Good example is Gary Vaynerchuk, Wine Library TV, and how he built a multi-million-dollar business just appearing on camera talking about wine. And if you really don't want to do it, then go to animoto.com. That's animoto.com. Gather about a couple of images, compile it together, make it into videos, and submit it to YouTube. So the next step would be another traffic generation method would be press releases. So for press releases is a very powerful traffic generation tool. It can be free or it can be paid. Let's talk about the free one first. The first press release tool which I use is prlog.org. That's prlog.org. And press releases really it's different because it's non-advertorial. So it sounds like someone, a third party, is talking about your product, which makes it more substantial, makes it more credible, because it's non-advertorial. So PRlog is a free site which you can submit a press release to talk about your product or your service. And the paid version of that would be prweb.com. That's prweb.com. Excuse me. And PRweb, it starts from $200 to submit a press release. So if you're new to this, I recommend that you use prlog.org to start off, and then after that go with PRweb about once a month. So every week you want to be submitting at least one press release to prlog.org, and once a month use PRweb to talk about your product. Okay, so that is there are a lot of other traffic generation methods out there, but we'll keep it to these two, because these two is enough to get you started, and it's really sufficient to get you massive traffic. And step 5 of this whole process is really automating the whole thing. Now remember, you are setting it up so that you can get passive income. So you want to be continuously implementing methods so that this whole process from step 1 to step 4 doesn't require you to be there, so that you are not trading your time for money. You know, when I first started out, one of my first online businesses was setting up and providing this service for clients to rank their websites higher, search engine optimization. And it was pretty good money. I would get paid about $200 to $500 for about a day's work, and I was about 22 at that time, and it was a lot of money considering how my first job was, $400 a month. And when I told I had a very successful uncle who was in the board of directors for many companies. And when I told him about that, he wasn't impressed. And it was during Chinese New Year when we met up. And he asked me, "Young man, so what are you up to right now?" And I told him I was doing this SEO consulting business and was doing a lot of money. And then he didn't seem very impressed. And he said, "Well, how much money do you make today?" Then I said, "Well, uncle, I didn't make anything because it's Chinese New Year and I didn't work today." Then he said, "Well, there you go. While you earn zero today because you're not working on my business, my businesses are still making money, and I'm making a lot of money even while I'm not personally attending to it." And that's the difference between our business. And if you are trading your time for money, you will never be rich. And those words, I'll remember them for life. He said, stop trading time for money. And this is why this business is so powerful, because you don't need to be trading time for money, because you can be working even while you can be paid even while you are asleep. You can be making sales while you're out with your family, while you are having fun snowboarding in the US, doing whatever you love doing, and get paid for it. And that is true passive income. And I believe this is the best business in the world, because it's low barrier to entry. Anyone can get started. The cost of getting started is really $25 US. It's $10 US for a domain, $15 US for hosting, and that's it. So automation. So let's talk about different ways on how you can automate this. The first way, probably the most important one, is that you want to make sure every time somebody buys your digital product, is that they get it instantly. They do not need to contact you so that you have to email it to them or give them a download link. The whole thing is automated, where somebody comes to your offer page, they buy your product, they are automatically redirected to some sort of members area or a download link, so that whenever you make a sale, they don't have to be talking to you, so that you don't have to personally attend to them. And that's a big difference between this business and other online businesses like drop shipping or eBay or anything that's physical, where you need to deal with orders, inventory, warehousing, customer support, or any of that sort. And that's why digital marketing is so powerful, because it's truly passive. Someone comes in, pays you, gets directed to the download page, and you don't even have to deal with them, know what their name is. Totally automated. So a question that you might be thinking, and I get that all the time, is, but Peng Joon, who is going to pay me for this digital product when there are so many free products out there, so much free information? No matter what niche you are in, there is bound to be free information. So who's going to pay for a digital product? Now, there are many things which I want to say regarding this statement. Well, the first thing is this. The CEO of Google once said that since the dawn of mankind, during our caveman days, right until 2008, that same amount of data, since the dawn of mankind to 2008, that amount of data is replicated every 48 hours. Think about that. Think about how much data is being generated every split second. Now, with that in mind, so when you say that you've got nothing new to offer, or anything unique, chances are you are right. You don't have anything unique to offer, because whatever that you have in mind, it's been done. Someone else has published it before. So making your content unique is not going to differentiate you, because chances are it's been done. But what makes you different is the ability that you can relate to other people. Now remember, we talked about this before. People don't listen to experts. People pay money to listen to those who can relate real life experiences. When people come to your site, if you position yourself as an expert, experts are dime a dozen, but it is because they can relate to you personally. When you allow them to feel that I was once in your shoes. 7 years ago, I worked in a 9-to-5 job, making someone else rich, get stuck in rush hour traffic, do the same thing day in, day out, come home really tired, look forward to the weekend, and before you know it, the weekend's over, and I repeat the whole process again on Monday. And I ask myself, is there all there is to life? Is this what I'm going to do for the next 30 years? I was once in your shoes. Now that is relating real life experiences, compared to excuse me, saying I'm an internet expert, I've made 8 figures online, come learn from me. That is a lot less powerful than relating and being authentic and showing other people that you were once in their shoes. So, back to the question, why should someone listen to you? It is not because you are giving out unique content. It's not because you are giving out content that is not available anywhere else. It is because you are relatable, because you are a real person, and people pay to listen to someone else who has been in their shoes, someone else who has felt their pain, and know that that status quo is not acceptable and they are doing something to make a change. And this is why people come for my seminars. It's not because I've said that I've made 8 figures online. Well, it is because they know that I've been there. I've done the whole corporate rat race. I have done the 9 to 5. I have been a corporate slave before. And I know how it feels. I know that being in the rat race, there's no end to it. Even if you win the rat race, there's a saying, even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat. You want to get out of the rat race. So same thing, it doesn't matter what niche you're in. You could be a chiropractor. You could be saying how you know how to fix lower back problems. Chances are you don't have a unique solution that is not known by other chiropractors out there, that is never been done before. Chances are whatever theory you have that cures a lower back, it's been done before. But it is because of the fact that people can relate to you that people will buy from you. Okay, I hope that's clear. But so that's one. Talking about what the CEO of Google said, Eric Schmidt, CEO of Google, he said that caveman days to 2008, same amount of data is being replicated every 48 hours. So chances are your content is not going to be unique. Don't worry about that. Except that your content is not unique. Someone else has done it before. But it's because you are being you. You are a real person, and that's why people will trust you. If only they knew who you are, what you stood for, your background. You just need to get yourself known and in your niche, and people will buy from you. Another thing is this. So we talked about, why will someone buy from you if there's so much free content out there? And that's true as well. So the answer is this. There's 2 types of people. The first is the kind of person who will go to a public library because they want free information. They go to the public library and they say, I want this book. And the librarian says, okay, this book we currently don't have it in stock, but if you want it, come back in 5 days and you can have the book for free. Well, you can rent the book for free. So this person says okay, comes back in 5 days and gets the book for free, gets to read the book for free. Now, do you think this person is happy? Well, the answer is yes, because he got what he wanted. He got the book for free and he didn't have to pay a dime for it, and he got the information he wanted. So that's person number 1. Person number 2 is the person who wants the information now. This is the person who would go on Amazon. He wants the book, so at night he orders the book, he pays for overnight shipping, wakes up in the morning, the book is on his doorstep, and he just paid good money for information that he wanted on demand. So now the question is this, do you think this person is happy? And the answer is also yes, he is, because he got what he wanted as well. He wanted the information there and then, and he got it. So now I don't know about you. I don't know if you're person A or person B. Personally, I'm person B. But I understand that not everybody is not like me. And that is the mindset I want you to have. Is that accept the fact that not everyone is like you. I don't know if you're the free type or you're the person who pay for information. But understand that whatever niche you're in, there is a lot of people out there who is willing to pay for that information because they want that information now. And you are offering that kind of convenience, that value add to them. Okay? So back to the question, why would people be willing to pay you when there's so much free information out there? Well, because you offer the value add of convenience. It's a one-step solution for them. Instead of going to 7 different websites and do the research and compile them, you are giving them the whole thing in one website. So if your website is about bonsai gardening, you know, they don't have to go to 7 different sites to find out what kind of food, what kind of nutrition the plants need, how often to water it, stuff like that. You are giving them the convenience that everything is in one place. Everything is in one site in the members area, and that's all there is that they need to go. They don't need to go to another site, and they are happy. So because they paid you $37, you gave them that value add. Okay, that is not available anywhere else. Well, it's available in other places, but they need to go to 7 other places, and you save them that time of doing that. Okay, so that's another mindset which I want you to adopt. Accept that not everyone is like you, and there are people out there who will pay for information even when there is a lot of free information out there. And I know that because those were my demons. When I first started out online, my product was World of Warcraft, right? And I always thought, who's going to buy something like that from me when there's so much free information on World of Warcraft out there? You type in World of Warcraft, there are, you know, over 10 million results. Who's going to want to learn how to make gold from me, right? But I realized that, wow, there's so much information out there, and that exactly is the problem. Because there's so much information out there, there's information overload, there's a ton of trash information and advice out there as well. So they would really benefit if all the information was in one place for them. Okay? So, back to step 5, automation. You want to make sure that you're continuously automating your site. And the first step of automation was to make sure that when somebody pays you, they get redirected to the product right away. Okay, so step one way of automation. Step number 2 would be to build a list, and you've probably heard this phrase many times before, that the money is in the list. Well, in a way that's true, but it is also true that the money is in the relationship with your list. You could have a very small, modest list, but that list can be very, very powerful if you forge a very strong relationship with them. So, list building is a very, very huge topic myself. I'll try to attempt to cover that in other videos. There's also other list building topics which I talk about in my blog. So, how list building can automate the whole business is you want to have it so that when someone signs up for your site, to your list, you are continuously being in touch with them. Like right now, this is probably being sent to my list, right? So, and how do you do that? Well, the first thing, but before you do that, let's take a 30-second break again. I need to drink water desperately. The car in front of me is driving at 60 kilometers an hour on the freeway. Okay, back to list building. List building, so how do you build a list? Easiest way, set up a squeeze page. Don't know what a squeeze page is? Google it up. It's pretty much basically a template of how a squeeze page usually looks like these days. It's a video telling them to opt in, where they give you their name and email in exchange for a free report, some sort of free report or a bribe. It's called ethical bribe, whereby if let's say you're in the dating niche, it would be Enter your name and email below to find out what are the 7 mistakes men consistently make in dating so that you can avoid them. Or enter your name and email below to find out the quickest way you can get started online so that you can make your first dollar by the end of this month. Or enter your name and email below to find out quick tips on how you can train your dog to stop barking and be really obedient. Yeah. So all you need to do is offer a free report. It can be short, 10 pages will do, and that solves a very, very specific problem in that niche. So in exchange for their name and email, I'll give them some sort of free report, or it could be a 5-minute video, something that delivers a solution to a problem, right? So that's list building. Easiest way, ethical bribe. So after people opt into your list, what do you do to automate it further? Well, emails, autoresponders, which I use, you can look them up. It's called either iContact, that's icontact.com, or Aweber, aweber.com. These are the only 2 email providers that I recommend. I personally use both of them. Very, very good service. And what you want to do is you want to have follow-up emails. After that, there are 2 types of emails. Okay, basically one that promotes your own product, or one that gives them free advice, pretty much like this video, to forge and strengthen relationships with them. Now remember, email marketing is all about relationship building. You are building a relationship with the subscriber. A big mistake that people make when it comes to list building is that they treat this list as a number. 100,000 people. Remember that these are real people reading your email, and you are building a list with them. You do not want to be what they call raping the list. Please don't rape your list, right? Where they consistently bombard them with offers. That's not relevant. That's scamish, just to make a quick buck out of them. Eventually, people will just burn out and they will unsubscribe from your list. So that's list building. Remember, it's all about relationship. Queue up emails every 4 days that teaches them in that niche on how they get better, or it solves the problem for them. One way which has one example, which is it's got examples of really, really good list building properties, elements in it, is by David D'Angelo in his dating list called Double Your Dating. Now, head over to doubleyourdating.com. You'll see the example of a squeeze page we talked about, where he offers a free report about secrets men will never know about picking women up, or something along those lines. And just sign up for that list just to see how an email autoresponder campaign is successfully set up. Now, David D'Angelo, his real name is Peng. He is an amazing internet marketer. I model a lot of stuff off him. I buy a lot of his products as well. He's an amazing internet marketer. And just see how he writes his email and how he builds a relationship with the readers. Okay, so go over to Double Your Dating if you want to see how a squeeze page is done, and opt in to see how a successful autoresponder campaign is run. You'll notice that consistently every 2 days you'll receive an email from him about some kind of dating tips, and you'll receive these emails for probably the next 3 years. It's all queued up, and so you want to do something similar with this, and that really automates a lot of stuff because the emails are automated. Okay, so that's automation. You want to automate your business as much as you can. So to recap the 5 steps about the information business, I call this the silent sales machine, by the way. Summary of the silent sales machine. Step 1, identify a profitable niche. Step 2, publish fresh, unique content using WordPress. That's the one I